All right, part 2 of the video, because my finger hit the button on the new phone that I got in. So what you have here is a track there where your anchors are going to go. You'll also see that we're going to have, you know, where they're back here. We're going to look more at that when we take the seat out. Now, the one thing I want to show you here, this is your on-off switch for your kneel. So you basically want it working all the time, but your knee, because of where it is, it gets bumped into. All of a sudden your kneel doesn't work anymore, but it's just because this twitch got flipped 90% of the time. So basically you always want the eye for, I don't know, in working. So anyway, so just up and your kneel's gonna work. We already worked this button right here. We already know what it's gonna do. Up here, you're gonna see we have buttons for both sides, the hatch, and then the button over here. So you'll see I got everything working from those buttons there. I'm gonna push them again, close it all back. I've got to let this finish cycling, but you'll see that closed this door, that closed the rear hatch. That is all finished up now, and I push it and it'll all come back in. Unless you don't want to get in the habit of stopping this mid, because it puts a little more stress on the motor. So, you know, in general, you want to let it finish completely cycling before you tell it to go the other way. You have a clock. It's a Chrysler. They all have clocks. This one is wrong. Let's set it real quick. You just push and hold this button to reset it. I have no clue what time it is, so I'm going to make it midnight, and then we'll reset it later. But just wanted you to see how it worked. You do have programmable garage door opener, so if you have a garage, you can program this to open your garage door. That's there's so many videos on YouTube on how to do this. That's the easiest way to watch, and that's kind of what I suggest to everybody. So we're gonna hop back out here. We do have power seats on this side. Again, we got forward, backwards, down, and front and rear down, and then front and rear up, and then the back. So got those controls there. You have steering wheel there. So that's basically how all the controls on the van itself work. So now we're going to show you some of the handicap stuff. So go back over here. Again, because we want the ramp to go out, we don't just pull the handle. I'm going to reach it here and push this button right here. Now, what you want to do with these straps, and this is kind of what I kind of show people, is I'm going to take these apart. I'm going to put a wheelchair here in the middle, and then we're going to take that chair out and we're going to put a wheelchair there. So to start off with these, what you'll do is you'll release this handle right. You push this little red button right here. Again, I need 2 hands to do this, so I'm going to reach down here. I'm just going to pull. I want to pull there till there's slack in that, and then I can unhook this here. You'll see this is automatically, it's going to tighten itself up, and you can also tighten it up more there. So do the same thing on this side. Let this come in and do. Now, if these are all the way in, you can just grab them and pull them. So you don't want to stop here, because then you can't go back out. And I managed to tighten myself, so I have to hook the button again. But again, if you let it go all the way in, then you can just pull it out. So we're gonna fold these up here, and we're gonna come in and use this in a minute. We're gonna go grab the wheelchair. So we're gonna take this wheelchair, just a regular manual chair. And when you're loading it in the van, what you wanna do is you're going to want to start all the way at the front of the van. So you'll see the wheel is almost to the front of the ramp. And then once you get to the top of the ramp and the front wheel get inside the van, angle it and start going towards the back. And what you'll find is if you do that, then once you get to that side, you can literally just turn the wheelchair around, and now you've got them right dead in the center, which is where you want them and all. So, but what you can do is these straps here that are manual, you want to get them set so that when you get yourself into this position, the wheelchair's kind of where it's at. You can just reach across, hook them right there with a little slack in it. Do the same thing with the other. And you do want to cross these two. That keeps the wheelchair from being able to go side to side and all. So these currently are probably a little bit long. To move these, you'll see this little part right here that's loose. You just pull up on that. You'll see how it comes up like that. You slide it and it comes right out. To put it back in, you basically, again, you just line up those little holes, slide it, and it pops right in. As soon as this part right here pops in, you're secure. So what you find is if you get these two set, you put the wheelchair, you always come in the same thing. You get these set, you hook these loose, then your wheelchair is going to end up in the same spot every time, which is important because now you're going to put the seatbelt on the person. So you want the seat belt itself, you want to make sure that the seat belt itself ends up down nice and low on the person's, hip. What I see a lot of times is people come in and now the wheelchair is too far back and this is up halfway across their thing, or it's all the way down here, and that makes the shoulder strap not work correctly. You want to end it up just like you're sitting in a regular seat, where this is just down nice and low on the person. These are adjustable. You'll see you've got a little strap right here. You can make it shorter or longer. If you have the seat belt hooked up on this side of the van, then you'll use this one here. And again, you need 3 hands, but basically what you want is you want it to end up like this. So like this would be too high, so I would want to pull this down. So if I had a person in this chair, and again, it depends on your chair. Some chairs you have to go through these. Some of these come off. These particular ones, the armrests come off. So a lot of times you'll take the armrests off. Some of them, I can't run through here because this is a 2-part deal. And I need this shoulder harness to be up high. So it so much depends on what wheelchair you have. But you want a seat belt to fit the person just like if they were sitting in a regular seat and all. So once you have the person hooked up, you don't want to hook the person up until you have the wheelchair secured, because you're going to change everything. So I'm just going to try to while I'm here. So I've come in, I've hooked these up. Now these are obviously too long because when I pull them tight, the wheelchair is going to go a lot more forward. But you would want to shorten these up if this is your situation. To shorten these up, you simply push this little gold part right here. Again, you'll have 2 hands. So this is going to just push in and open up. Once that is open, you just grab this little part right here. You just pull it and then tuck this back down. And it will snap back together when you're not squishing there we go. And then this goes back. So since we shortened that one, let's shorten this one too. So what you do, you pull this in. This is going to be, these are already reset because you've left them where they were the last time. You're going to hook them here and here, and then don't lock the brakes on the wheelchair yet. Unless, if you have the person that can do it themselves and they can lock it, great and all, but you're going to need the wheelchair to move again. So I'm going to lock it just because it's just me in here and I only have 1 hand. So now we come out here with this one. We push, make sure it goes in. We come out, go past where you want to hook it. I'm going to just hook it on this chair. I'm going to hook it here. You can hook it here or here. It's kind of up to you. It also sort of depends on where the people's feet are and things like that. So normally you will have to go around the van to hook the other side up, depending on yourself and again on the patient. I'm going to just reach in and hook this one here. I didn't go far enough, so again you have to go past and come back. Now that we have it in here, I'm going to just spin these. It's just like a ratchet. It is going to tighten everything up. So now I pull the slack out of the ones in the back. Now, while I'm here, never, ever, ever hook to the wheels. That not only will destroy your wheels, that does not keep the van the wheelchair from tilting on its axis. Hooked to the wheels, the wheelchair was still flipped over and dumped the person out backwards. So have everything in, wheelchair is not going anywhere. Then you put the seatbelt on the person. You want these straps holding the wheelchair, seatbelt holding the person in the wheelchair. So to take it out, you'll just do the opposite. Basically, you're going to push this red button. Again, need 2 hands. This will come up out of the way. Do the same thing over here.